The antidote.
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 Y estás escuchando The Antidote.
The antidote.
The antidote.
The antidote.
You're listening to The Antidote with Dave Hawkins.
With Christian music that doesn't suck.
Unbelievable, they cannot grasp it. A female rapper and she's not made out of plastic. She cares about her image, they cannot get past it. She's rhyming with a purpose, this is classic. Yes indeedy, I could spit these verses cleanly. Always see me fully clothed because I'm not the type who's needy. Should I be dirty? Let the audience observe me half naked while I shake it just so I can feel worthy. Smoke some blunts, have a little fun, the money comes. Party hard, disregard they self-respect cause they drunk. Never thought about the messages they leave behind. Disconnect the light inside so they can see their body shine. Fine, they don't mind the type of life they live in, glorifying bad decisions, growing up with dreams of stripping. I'm different, I'll tell you how I'm riding. I promise you I'ma get your head nodded. This is unbelievable, they cannot grasp it. A female rapper and she's not made out of plastic. This is unbelievable, they cannot grasp it. A female rapper and she's not made out of plastic. A female rapper and she's not made out of plastic. A female rapper and she's not made out of plastic. I come in peace, I don't wanna start the bickering. I'm just seeing all these females and they mimicking everything they watching on TV and it's sickening. I like to show I'm better, this world has bigger things. I'm not talking diamond rings, I always bring a message. I took the bar into my hands and now you'll see me send it. Real pathetic if you rapping for a discount. Cheapin' all your lyrics so your album sales can dismount. I got that fire, I'll be rapping when the face gone. Truth is in my eyes, you'll never see me with my shades on. Genuine, never been type to follow crowds. Just wanna make a change, hoping I can model how. Music nowadays is robbing us, robbing us. We'll keep it going though, no stopping us, stopping us. All my people ain't no topping us, topping us. So go ahead, use your head, let it nod for her. Nod. This is unbelievable, they cannot grasp it. A female rapper and she's not made out of plastic. This is unbelievable, they cannot grasp it. A female rapper and she's not made out of plastic. Female rapper and she's not made out of plastic. Female rapper and she's not made out of plastic. Nice and smooth now, I got that new sound. Traveling everywhere I can, so who's down? Don't mistake me, not typical, I'll teach you. Step on stage, tell my story till I'm see-through. Always real, you could see it when I greet you. And to that hater in the back, I say peaceful. I got bigger hurdles, I'll show the world I'm verbal. Could rock on stages wearing Timberlands or even girdles. Flow is universal, I'm hitting different cities. I'll preach the words of grown folks and the little kiddies. Permanent, I'm never leaving, you can't touch me. I know my place, this industry will never rush me. The newest act, the critics labeled me a must-see. Don't bother stereotyping, trust me. A step ahead, I go before the beat's dropping. So keep on listening, I see your head nodding. This is unbelievable, they cannot grasp it. A female rapper and she's not made out of plastic. This is unbelievable, they cannot grasp it. A female rapper and she's not made out of plastic. A female rapper and she's not made out of plastic. A female rapper and she's not made out of plastic.
This is The Antidote with Dave Hawkins. That song may be called Plastic, but our guest is definitely not, and neither is her music. I feel sort of bad that The Antidote has aired so little rap music in the past few months. Tonight, I'm going to try to make up for that by sharing the music of New York City's HeeSun Lee. She's talented, she's opinionated, and she's forceful. She's also an oddity in the rap scene, being a woman, Asian American, and a Christian. HeeSun comes for a talk about the struggles she's overcome, shares about her faith, being adopted, stereotypes, the Christian rap scene, and of course the purpose to her music. I have to say that I had a hard time keeping up with HeeSun. She speaks so fast, but she does have a lot to say, and all of it's important. I want to say goodbye to our Korean-Canadian friend Alyssa, who is off to South Korea for a year, and I hope both you and she enjoy this. Tonight on The Antidote, we meet the talent of HeeSun Lee. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me.
I'm really curious as to how being a rapper started for you, HeeSun.
So I was always into poetry. I don't remember this, but my mom used to tell me that when I was little, I always had a thing for, the little children, I guess, songs and everything. I would always memorize them with her and, play it back. So I always had a thing for that. And then as I kept getting older, I would always write stuff here on the side, and I was doing poetry. And then when I got into, I guess, junior high school, towards the beginning of high school, I started listening to hip hop, and I would just memorize a lot of the lyrics. I would rap them on my karaoke machine, and I just started realizing, hey, I actually like doing this. Let me try and write my own rap stuff. And it was literally a snowball effect. It was very small footsteps here and there that I was taking, and then it just gradually became into something that I realized that I was in love with.
Then, with your background being in poetry, is rapping simply a vehicle for your poems? Or, I guess, is there any way of putting a dividing line between the two?
Yeah, I would definitely say poetry is my first thing. I guess I focus more on hip hop and rap right now. I mean, I could be wrong. I just feel like it's a little bit more popular. It's a little easier to push. I know there's definitely a huge poetry, spoken word community that goes on, and I've dabbled in it a little bit. But I think once I started doing hip hop, I just it kind of just took over my life. But I never forget spoken words and poetry. I always manage to put them on my albums. I still perform at least one spoken word for all of my sets. I just let people know that is my first love. That's what really just drove this whole thing and made it all happen to begin with. And, not to get corny or anything, but hip hop is an attachment to poetry because in essence it is poetry. So it's just with a beat,
It can be a fine line between spoken word and rap. And that comes out on this track, Who Are You?
Yo, if we could take a moment to try and understand the roots of our existence, I'ma break it down for you. See, there's meaning behind every line that I'm spitting, gripping the heart and soul of this pen, so I can feel every word that is written. I believe we were all given a purpose to service the needs of our hearts, but somewhere along the line everything fell apart, yeah. Back in the good old days, we would praise the innocence of our children. There was no praise from parents fearing their 15-year-old daughter would come home with AIDS. I remember chilling outside with my brother during my tomboy stage, memorizing football plays and hiding in the dark as I enjoyed the manhunt phase. But now I feel played, robbed of this innocence because I had to go through the grow up stage. We mature as we get older, more knowledge on our shoulders, yet our hearts are growing colder. And maybe this world sucks out our energy to strive for better, as we're forced to make a living off a 9-to-5 cheddar. Trying to keep family ties together, though we'd rather move out so dreams could be fulfilled. Still arguing with parents over paying them bills. Common distractions are bound to happen. The everyday stress we live through and all the drama relationships can give you. It's inevitable to settle in that lukewarm state of mind where dreaming at night is fine as long as you don't do it full time. Stay on your grind to make that paper, then go to church on Sundays to show you still acknowledge your Savior. Do your soul a favor as you pray under your breath, yeah. and start your week off as every prayer you forget. We're consumed by the nonsense this media loves to stress. We're blessed that we're breathing, yet we're cursed by our flesh. Seeing half-naked women busting through our television sets, yet we're busy complaining that men only focus on sex. Can we give ourselves time to reflect? Too busy selling your soul as you follow people's footsteps. And direct what's left of you to make positive choices. Them voices you be hearing are steering you sideways. Well aware of the potential you possess, but we compromise our intelligence for parties, diamond rings, materialistic concepts. Our mindsets are distorted. Can we think for a living? Thoughts are for free, we all can afford them. Word, speak your mind, speak your mind. Represent for those children that deserve to have the innocence in them to shine. Give them a childhood that will lead them to better times, where growing up doesn't dry out their dreams and leave them lifeless. And don't bargain their soul with money when the cost of their future is priceless. I'm guilty as I write this, yet acknowledge my wrongdoings. Never ruin my chance of making a difference. Making a difference, yeah. Still believing as I'm screaming, someone out there will listen. You are your own star. Stop searching for the potential to change this world. Should make you who you are.
I don't want to come across as being narrow-minded, but realistically, the odds of you finding a place as a rapper were all stacked against you. You know, here you are, female, Asian American, and a Christian. You had some hurdles to jump. So how were you able to break into the scene?
Yeah, I think it was just, you know, it wasn't anything drastic or like something mind-blowing happened. I just told myself that, hey, I'm going to do it, you know. And I think growing up, I was adopted. So when I was in high school, I had a lot of identity issues as to who I was. And then I just became just really angry person. Like I felt like, you know, my own race wasn't understanding of who I was because I was adopted. And I just started rebelling. And I said to myself, you know what, I'm going to do what I want to do. I don't really care what other people are going to think of me. And I think that's why I embraced hip hop so much, because it was so, you know, so bold, you know, and all these rappers out there who were just, you know, rapping their hearts out. They didn't care what people thought of. And to this day, I'm still a huge Tupac fan. Obviously, I don't approve of his lifestyle, but I just loved his passion. He went all out with what he believed in, and I think that's what fueled me to do what I did. It was more like, you know what, I don't really care what people are going to think of me. I've been judged all my life, so hey, what more is a couple more judgments, you know? So I said, I'm going to do this. I went to these open mic places. I don't know if you're aware of New York that well, but I'm from Staten Island, and that's a very suburban area. And then I went to this open mic spot in Queens, New York. It was like, you know, not where I should be. You know, it was like, what is this Asian girl doing here? It was something that, you know, you have to have a lot of balls to do. And I remember I walked in there, I had a do-rag on my head. I had Tim's on. I look back at that now and I'm like, what were you doing? Like, even though you wanted to prove a point, I mean, you looked a little crazy. But that was me. I was more like, you know what, who cares what people are going to think? This is what I love to do, so I'm going to do it type of thing.
You brought this up, though, in a song. I Break Stereotypes really lays out who and what you are.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's something that we definitely lack in this world, I guess, is that society kind of places these stereotypes on people, and it's natural, the way that you're raised, how you grow up, that's really the direction that you go as you get older, the profession that you go into, the people you marry, and before you know it, you look back at your life and you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm just regular, and I don't think, and not that being regular matters, but I think that people don't even realize that a lot of stereotypes that are placed on them actually direct their paths in life. And I was one of those people who I noticed it early. I'm like, you know what, this is not me. I'm not going to do a certain thing just because I'm Asian, or, this is where I come from. This is my background or anything. I told myself that I feel that God has placed something in my life. And as crazy as it sounds, I want to go ahead and do it, and I think once people get that in their minds that, we're not subject to be those people that just have to do what society tells us to do, we can be better, we can go all out. Once more people get that in their minds, I think this world could definitely be different. It could be better, just a better place to live in. And that's what I try and do when I perform, is just tell this message to people that we can break stereotypes. We can be that person that we dream about, that society doesn't think we can be, all that good stuff.
Here's HeeSun Lee breaking those stereotypes on the song I Break Stereotypes.
When I rap, I have fun with it, but I really do it cause I'm kinda nice with it. Stereotypes rather have me just doing dishes, but the flow and the skills just prove different. God gifted, he all on it. Change the game in a song, I'm on it. No more judging, I disowned it. Makes the world look shallow, don't it? Hold it, it's a truth I'm grasping. Never seen a chick like me, I'm asking. Flashing signs when you see me passing. Hope you get these words I'm blasting. These female rappers rapping like they got no sense in them. I'm here to change it up a bit. I'm hoping I can strengthen them, hoping to put length in them, so more ladies will step on it and make a difference once and for all. Tired of us blending in, through it, not doing it. All the haters out there keep doing it. See, I got more roles and a little bit of respect for myself, won't ruin it. Applaud this movement, what an improvement. How many more will stand up and start doing it? Gotta prepare for the challenges coming. We're one of a kind, we're proving it. Break out my shell, can you tell I'm hype? This a new day, gonna get it right. Everybody shout with all your might. We breaking stereotypes.
Breaking stereotypes. Breaking stereotypes.
I'm not my gender, my color, or my class.
Breaking stereotypes. We breaking stereotypes.
And get your mind right, daughter, get your mind right.
Breaking stereotypes. Breaking stereotypes.
I'm not my gender, my color, or my class.
Breaking stereotypes. We breaking stereotypes.
And get your mind right, homie, get your mind right.
Time to get my mind right. Wanna know what I don't like? What's that? Man, I feel like I've been stereotyped my whole life. Hit me so tight, chip on my shoulders, can you blame me? Tried every single way, through everything my way, but still couldn't break me. It's your fault. Then my will is so strong, I guess I should thank you, huh? Thank you. While I'm killing this song, feeling these emotions. Kill your preconceived notions. You have no idea of who you are approaching. Tat on my neck, cross on my chest, something that you probably didn't expect. Used to be cocky and so full of arrogance, thankful that my daddy keeps me in check. Next time you see someone, try and see the whole person. Don't be so close-minded, hope you find it so searching. Hey yo, me and HeeSun, both coming through, breaking stereotypes. They ask me, who are you? I'm a Christian, I'm a father, I'm a son, oh, and I rap too.
Breaking stereotypes, breaking stereotypes. I'm not my gender, my color, or my class.
Breaking stereotypes, we breaking stereotypes.
And get your mind right, daughter, get your mind right.
Breaking stereotypes, breaking stereotypes.
I'm not my gender, my color, or my class.
Breaking stereotypes, we breaking stereotypes.
And get your mind right, homie, get your mind right. See you looking at me crazy, about to say something shady. But you don't know the first thing about me. Really wanna know, just come and ask me. I'm a mother, I'm a daughter, I'm a rapper, and I'm a Christian. Yeah, it's a whole new lifestyle in the making, and I'll make it, I'll mistake it. Got a face that'll break every stereotype. Watch me take it, no stalling. Better be prepared when the Lord start calling. Gotta put you all in, no half stepping, no redirecting. It's your place, better learn how to fall in. Yeah, read my bio, born in Korea, been quite a while. Now I got this rapping gig that Jesus called me for. He dialed on, never backing down. I prove this, that an Asian girl won't lose this. See me rock on stages, write these pages, show the world I can do this. Yeah, and I'm ODing on this track, never see me
Breaking stereotypes, breaking stereotypes.
I'm not my gender, my color, or my class.
Breaking stereotypes, we breaking stereotypes.
And get your mind right, daughter, get your mind right.
Breaking stereotypes, breaking stereotypes.
I'm not my gender, my color, or my class.
Breaking stereotypes, we breaking stereotypes.
And get your mind right, homie, get your mind right.
Something that does come in is your Christian faith, because that pops up on virtually every track. Is that really a natural thing?
Yeah, it is. When I first started rapping, I told myself I'm going to rap about what's real to me. You know, I'm not going to rap about, hey, this is what female rappers are rapping about on the radio. This is what I should rap about. You know, I said I'm going to rap about what's in my heart, what I feel is necessary for me to say to people. And the first stuff that I used to rap about was all it was all Christian lyrics. I'm trying to remember because it was so long ago, but I believe that when I started writing like rap songs, that was around the time I was finding my life with God. Like I was that new believer and I was hype and I was amp as a Christian. So, you know, naturally the first things that I would write about were Christian lyrics. You know, it was about my struggles, things that I was going through, and obviously that correlated into my faith. That was something I always told myself, that I was going to be real, and you know, Christianity and God always shined through. It always came out first in anything that I wrote about.
Come on. All out. All out. All out. It's easy to be separated from God. This world is a monster that's ready to charge. These people are sitting, it's making it hard. I don't care what they think and I can't disregard. My Jesus, I'ma seize this. I'ma take this opportunity and freeze this. Leave this, I never will. Spread the word of God like I said I will. Living like an outcast, I'm better still. Die for the truth, you bet I will. Live for the truth, you bet I will. Rhyme for the Lord, don't test my skill. See me going all out, never rest my skill. Stand still if you with me, gotta make moves. Don't snooze in the last days, can't lose. Feel the urgency, it occurred to me. Not a lot of people really have the nerve to be on fire for the Lord, and what's worse to see the enemy's comfortable trying to work in me. Got work in me, never gonna worsen me. Devil better go, let him out like a burp in me. No excuses, living for the Lord, better go ahead and prove it. God has a will for your life, better use it. A blessing to breathe every day, don't abuse it. Who's ready to call out? No time now to stall out. Stand up, don't fall out, this is your moment, gotta go all out.
Yeah, looking at life and I'm keeping it trail. Searching for help, will it come from the hills? Feeling the bass cause I follow as well. I stand up cause I'm big trail, we all out. Credit card flow, we maxed out, so we all out. Fifth Ave sale, we sold out, so we all out. Living for the Christ, boy, ding, ding, twice, boy, cause he paid the price, boy, I'm sold out, so we all out. Hold up, woo.
I'ma go ahead and stand in the forefront. Had a chance, I'ma go and be more blunt, even when the tour's done. Mics off, lights off in the darkness. Never have the nights off, know what it might cost. My life, I'm the type to ignite every flame that's in sight. I recite every word of the Lord in delight. Take the mic with my mic, let it out when I write. Most blessed when I throw stress out the window. Protest anybody that be living hopeless. Say they chose death, but I know he knows best. I'ma go and shout it out, never will I boast less. Gotta talk about it, can't figure out it. People know the truth, but then they go ahead and doubt it. Gonna lift the word of God up and reroute it. Yo, these people not getting it. Time we put pep in it. Problem is building up, time that we step in it. Oh, that's most definite, I will not lessen it. Gotta take action, I'll go and keep stressing it. I know it sound arrogant, but I'ma keep rapping it. Allergic to truth, but I go and take clarity. Clarity. Who's ready to call out? No time now to stall out. Stand up, don't fall out. This is your moment, gotta go all out.
Yeah, looking at life and I'm keeping it trail. Searching for help, will it come from the hills? Feeling the bass cause I follow as well. I stand up cause I'm big trail, we all out. Credit card flow, we maxed out, so we all out. Fifth Ave sale, we sold out, so we all out. Living for the Christ, boy, ding, ding, twice, boy, cause he paid the price, boy, I'm sold out, so we all out.
Hip-hop includes some really popular Christian artists, you know, guys like Andy Mineo, Trip Lee,
Yeah.
NF, Tadashi, Derek Minor, and of course Lecrae.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any chance that they could actually be keeping the door closed for other artists? Because they really tend to dominate the scene.
I actually like the fact that you asked that because I don't get that asked a lot, but I think that is actually true. As much as I feel like Lecrae and the whole Reach camp, they have opened a lot of doors for other artists, including myself, because Christian hip hop was very, closed. A lot of people didn't think about it or care about it. They thought it was corny. But I've heard so many people said, oh, when I heard Lecrae or I heard Reach, I realized Christian hip hop isn't whack, so it really opened the path for a lot of us to do our thing. But at the same time, I feel like it's like a popularity contest in Christian hip hop. If you're not in Reach, if you're not one of these artists, you're not going to get booked, and I think it's not just being on Reach Records, it's also being a female. I don't think any female rappers have ever really toured on these major tours. It's always the same artist. It's like, okay, if we didn't get this person from Reach, next year we'll get this person from Reach, and the year after that we'll get this other person from Reach. It's always somebody from like a very popular record label, and that's life. It's not just Christian hip hop. You go with what's popular, you go with who sells and who puts people in the seats. But I think it also is limiting because it makes it kind of hard in other ways for people like myself to get shows, because if you're booking the same people, how are the other people supposed to get these chances? And I'm not saying I've never gotten opportunities. I've been on multiple festivals, but it's just a struggle, and I think on top of it, it's just being female. It's almost impossible to get headlined on these major tours. And, something I'm working on, and hopefully we could change that in the future.
And that would keep it from being boring.
Right. Exactly. You're monotonous, the same routine. Yeah.
I don't think you really fit into the traditional mold anyway. You brought up a moment ago about being honest in your music.
Right.
And I really think that a lot of Christians don't want to say what they really think. I guess they're just trying to be overly polite. That's something that I appreciate about your music, HeeSun, is that you never hesitate to share your opinion.
Right.
You brought up this one thing on stereotypes where it takes a satirical look at role models.
Yeah.
Obviously, this isn't the kind of role model you want to be in that song, but what kind of person do you want to present?
Yeah, I want, especially for females, I want to show them kind of what I was talking about before about stereotype. Is to just break out of that mold of being typical, of being what, you think society needs you to be. And when I started rapping, I didn't say to myself, hey, I'm going to rap about sex and money and drugs and, things that I'm not, obviously, just because that's what's popular. I'm going to do what I feel is right, what God called me to do, and that is to inspire young ladies. That's to encourage them, to give them hope, that, you don't have to be a rapper, but just do something that you feel is what God calls you to do, whether it's, the traditional way or whether it's what your parents want you to do, and I've gotten so much feedback over the years, people just messaging me, telling me that you're very inspiring in what you're rapping about, because you don't hear that a lot from especially female rappers, because it's all about an image. It's all about appealing to people and not doing what everybody else is doing. They can do whatever God called them to do. It doesn't matter if people see that in them or not. If God sees it in you, you can do it. And, just to stay encouraged, even if you're the only one at the time doing it, even if you're sitting by yourself in your room thinking like, oh my gosh, this will never happen, because that was me, and it can happen if you just keep pushing yourself. And I really just pray that my music, helps.
Ja rockin', ja rockin'.
When I grow up, can I be just like her? I see her on TV where all the fame occurs. I wanna drive fancy cars in my future and hook up with a lot of different guys. Yes,
follow me on Twitter, I got updates to give ya. You could check up on me daily like you are my babysitter. A busy schedule, I gotta keep it professional. Who would've thought I'm really here just chilling like a vegetable? Cause I'm a superstar, I gotta show that type of status. People care if I'm at a photo shoot or I'm stuck in traffic. Check my salary, it's like I won the lottery. I'm taking pictures left and right, you thought I'm in photography. Go Google me, I usually the very first view you'll see. But Disregard that article about that girl who's suing me. It ain't a big deal, you know the paparazzi. I'm drunk fighting with this chick, his cameras must have got me. On to better news, I bought a bigger car to use. I'm smoking out the windows, tinted shades are on, it's time to cruise. On my way to signing autographs, you wanna visit? Gotta treat a baddie, come on out, don't wanna miss it, why? Yeah, I'm a role model. Yeah, I'm a role model. I'm supposed to be a role model. I'm supposed to be a role model. The cops harassing me, they say I'm driving drunk again. Pull me over twice, I guess they really don't know who I am. Make a fuss about it, put it in the paper. People blogging, talking trash, I gotta call them haters. Whatever, do the favor, publicity I savor. My fans are still around me, getting close to me like a neighbor. And keep on partying, I got these dudes hard again. I sell myself for cheap sex, I'm always good at bargaining. Hit the mall, shopping sprees, have a ball. Buying Prada, Gucci, Fendi bags, my bank account is never small. Buy a couple Lamborghinis, everybody wanna be me. I flick the bird to the tabloids, did you see me? They're trying to find a way to show I'm anorexic. Just because I'm losing 90 pounds, don't need to stress it. Still on my way to signing autographs, you wanna visit? I gotta treat a baddie, come on out, don't wanna miss it, why? Yeah, I'm a role model. Yeah, I'm a role model. Supposed to be a role model. I'm supposed to be a role model. When I grow up, can I be just like her? I see her on TV where all the fame occurs. I wanna drive fancy cars in my future and hook up with a lot of different guys, yes sir. I'll hate on anybody who gets on my nerves. I'll have the perfect body with all the right curves and make a lot of money, so I'll have self-worth. Celebrity status, just like her. Yeah, I'm a role model. Yeah, I'm a role model. I'm supposed to be a role model. Supposed to be a role model. OMG. Like, oh my gosh, I just really want to be like her. Everything about her, I'm just going crazy. I can't wait to grow up and be just like her. I mean, come on. Oh, did you just see her profile picture? Did you see her shoes? Did you just see her shoes? Oh my goodness, I need to get them. They were just in that video too. A new video, oh my god.
What a great shot at all those negative role models. Okay, let's go back to some more of our talk with HeeSun Lee. I had a really interesting time looking over your albums. Your first release, Redefined, has 14 tracks and is almost an hour long. Stereotypes, an hour 10 over 16 tracks. You've only pared that down a bit on Beauty for Ashes with 11 songs. Do you never run out of topics to cover?
I know. Sometimes I say to myself, I'm like, you know what? I'm running out of subjects here. What else can I rap about? But I think that's the beauty of being an artist, is that there's always things that are inspiring you, you know, every day that you live. I don't think the way normal people think, because even when I'm talking with my husband, I'll just be watching TV or I'm looking out the window and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just thought of something to rap about. And my husband's looking at me like I have three heads. He's like, what? You know, because these things are always constantly turning in my head like, oh my gosh, I just thought of that. Now I could put this together and I can make a song out of it. You know, so even to this day, like I just put out Beauty for Ashes in October, and we're already talking about doing a follow-up EP now, and I'm trying to think of things to write about, and I'm already getting inspired. It's just something that's always there, and I think it's something that has to do with artists. You know, we're always constantly thinking, even when we realize we're not thinking. So it's funny.
You just can't turn that switch off.
Right. And sometimes I wish I could, though.
The album Beauty for Ashes has Let Me Talk, where you criticize Christian rappers for performing only because it's a business.
Yeah.
Was it somebody or something in particular that brought that about?
Yeah. Yeah, it was on multiple shows that I've seen, and not just dedicated to one artist. It's just, random things I've seen throughout the years of doing music. And I even said it in, I think, my third verse that, I'm guilty of it too. We're human. A lot of times we can't be that perfect Christian rapper that we're supposed to be. We become selfish, we become prideful, we think about ourselves. But, I just feel like nobody's talking about it. Nobody mentions it. They think it's okay. They overlook it. It's becoming like, okay, how are we different from regular rappers now? If we have this arrogance and we have all this pride when we're rapping, when we get off the stage. I mean, we talk about God constantly when we're on stage, and then we get off stage and it's like, are we even Christian anymore? We don't have time for our fans. We separate ourselves, and there are limits. As artists, we're human. We get tired, and we can't always constantly be catering to people. But at the end of the day, we're here to serve. Whether we're artists or whether we're preachers or anything, we're here to serve. We're here to do God's work. And if we feel like it's becoming more about ourselves, then we need to check ourselves, and we need to see, okay, hey, wait, what's happening here? And I feel like that song was just more, hey, check yourself, see where your heart is. I had to check myself. I feel like I mess up sometimes too. So that was the point of the song. And I was hoping that nobody took offense to it, but I've literally been getting all good feedback from it. So, what's up, everybody? This is HeeSun Lee, and you are listening to The Antidote. Keep it locked.
I got something to say, and you might not like me for it, but I'm saying it in love. So let me talk, and you listen. Come on. Let me talk for a minute or two. I got a mission to do this rap music. Yeah, I'm sick of it too. I throw this curveball out, bro. Yeah, I'm pitching to you and stir some controversy up. I'll consider that too. I'm sitting back, I'm listening to all the garbage out. We starving people lyrically. Nobody will acknowledge that. Christian or secular, I hear it on the regular. You wanna challenge me? Go ahead, I'm begging you. These rappers talk about it. They talking like they'll change the game. They even shout out Jesus' name. They acting like they praise his name. We need to go deeper. Go and raise your speakers, I'm about to go all in. This your girl, don't try to bleep her. Yeah, yeah. Let me talk. Yeah, I ain't done yet, come on. I don't know why nobody could talk about this topic properly. Not hating, don't be blocking me. I'm talking through the God of me. I wish we had more honesty, and while we rapping, time to see who's the real deal and who's been busy robbing me. I know the business side of music, know the politics, I know the hustle and the grind, the mental state. I'm no psychologist, I'm not a newbie. Go include me in your list of ex. I've been rapping on so many stages, thousands people know my set. This ain't about my lack of knowledge, I'm just tired, bro. These rappers getting louder, the truth is getting quiet though. Saving souls or earning money, doing shows to earn some money. Only posting pics with certain people, now we looking funny. Are we really Christians? Put that in the equation. If Jesus took our gift away, would we still wanna praise him? We rap about how our music's all about serving. Then we get up off the stage, don't wanna talk to one person. Do this out of love and do this out of selfishness. Happening too many times, I saw how artists dealt with this. They need some help with this. They need to practice what they preach. Staying humble's a priority before they speak. I ain't perfect, but I'm learning. I'm discerning what it means to be an artist that's deserving the respect of my fans. These fans that held me through the years, they're the reason that I'm still here pushing my career. Let me talk. Let me talk. Let me talk. Let me talk. The music industry is grimy, yeah, I get it. And we gotta make a living, so I give these rappers credit. It's not easy being an artist, and a Christian won't forget it. But if this is God's calling, better take your pride and dead it. Yeah, I said it. Before you go and write a verse, if you ain't saving lives through your actions, then your lyrics have no worth. Forget the autographs and private green rooms. Reality checks are clearly something that we need soon. It's the truth, I don't know why people trim it. They never talk about this, maybe cause the word Christian's in it. The word Christian's in it, but not all Christians in it. You gotta mimic, play the part, and hope this soul is with it. I admit it, no one's perfect, but fakeness, I can't be it. They say we're on the same team, but I don't see it. To you, take a breath, is it true that we're losing it? You don't believe me, watch the game, these players will be proving it. I miss the
As an artist, this is also a business too. Isn't it tough to balance those two aspects of it, the ministry and the business?
It is. And that's why I try and be understanding of it because, yeah, it is a business. And, you know, like I said, we're human. I mean, I've experienced it. I've gotten off of stages and I've been tired, and you have fans that want to come up to you and talk to you. And sometimes you just want to go into the green room or something and just cool off and not have to talk to anybody. And from the outside perspective, it looks like, oh my gosh, this person's about themselves. But I feel like, again, there are limits to it. Like, you can do that, but at the end of the day, you need to come out, you need to talk to your fans, you need to show them that this is about them, not about you, you know. So yeah, like even you're saying, there are business things and business sides to it. Like there was one tour I did, and I did it with multiple artists, and at the end of the show, I was the only one out there greeting the fans. I was by my table talking it up with everybody, and all the other artists were upstairs in the green room. And I was saying to myself, what is wrong with this picture? Why am I the only one down here? And as a business side perspective, you should be down there. You know, you want to connect with your fans. You want to, you know, not saying that this is what it's all about, but you want to sell CDs. You want to sell your product. You just want to look good. You know, you want to show people that I'm doing this for you guys. So after the show is over, I'm going to talk to you guys and show you that this is why I'm doing it. And when you're upstairs, you know, just cooling off for an hour, it's like, okay, there's something wrong here. You know, whether you're a huge artist or a beginner artist, you know, you have to always be humble and remember why you're doing this.
Here comes a sweet track, Turn Me Around, with guest vocals from Mia Hunt.
Turn me around. Turn me around, turn me around, turn me around, turn me around, say, turn me around, 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 say.
They say that I lost it, driving while car sick. Every single day, all day, same story. No wonder why I'm exhausted. Shed a tear for the hopelessness. Hard times gotta cope with this. Don't wanna walk away, but afraid that I can't find myself through the brokenness. Need encouragement like a coach do. Trying to let it sink in, nothing goes through. No self-worth, guess I'm broke too. Keep living in the past, call me old school. Too painful to move sometimes. Lost in this dark, I won't shine. Lights out, my life is so blind. God, please just give me one sign.
So far down that I am afraid to look up, struggling. Everything I do just isn't good enough. So pick me up and turn me around. Pick me up and turn me around. Pick me up and then pick me up and turn me around. Turn me around, say pick me up and turn me around. Pick me up and turn me around. Pick me up and then pick me up and turn me around. Turn me around, say.
Unpredictable life is, I can't keep track of all my footsteps. Everywhere I turn there's a new challenge awaiting me to move next. Insecure, I'm sure when I think too much then I panic and I do less. Pressure building up, will I make it? No news yet, no news yet. I don't wanna fail, I don't wanna lose out. I don't wanna back up, never move out. Gotta stay strong, got a lot to prove now. Never wait for tomorrow, I choose now. Messed up, played a lot in the dirt. No one told me I had worth, and it hurt, but I gotta keep moving. Arms stretched out, no cruising.
So far down that I am afraid to look up, struggling. Everything I do just isn't good enough. So pick me up and turn me around. Pick me up and turn me around. Pick me up and then pick me up and turn me around. Turn me around, say pick me up and turn me around. Pick me up and turn me around. Pick me up and then pick me up and turn me around. Turn me around, say my insecurity had me down, and my heart was full of doubt. Inadequate, I just wasn't fit for a job well done. I was bound by chains of pain, but your love lifted me when nothing else could help. You picked me up and kept me from so far down that I am. So far down.
The album cover for Beauty for Ashes is disturbing, showing skin being stripped from your face, revealing ash underneath. It's the opposite of your Stereotype album, which has a photo of a polished white mannequin wearing this form-fitting dress.
Yeah.
Were you aiming for shock value with this new release?
I was. I didn't know how graphic it was going to look until it actually was done. I was like, whoa. Yeah, I just wanted the whole, like, to really show it that, you know, this is what I mean by Beauty for Ashes. And I think nobody's confused by it now. Yeah, I really didn't know how well the makeup lady was going to do it. I mean, as she was getting it done, I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks really real. My daughter was with me, she was 4 years old then, and she started almost crying. She's like, Mommy, don't ever do that again. You know, she was so scared to see my face like that. And then on top of that, we got the graphic designer who, touched it up and fixed it on the computer, and it just even looked, even scarier. So, but when it was all said and done, I said, wow, this is it. This is the cover. This is what people are going to realize, that this is what Beauty for Ashes means. People who aren't even Christian and don't even know the term Beauty for Ashes, I think they'll get it just by looking at the face. So it did its job.
So effectively, you really are a troublemaker.
I am. Little Asian girl from Staten Island.
You brought up about you being adopted by Chinese American parents. Mm-hmm. Bloodlines on Beauty for Ashes really opened up my eyes to people who are adopted. Can you share about the adoption and about that song?
Yeah, so I was born in Korea, and then I was given up right after birth. I never met my birth parents, but I came to Staten Island, New York when I was 4 months old. My parents that I have, they're my parents. I love them. They're parents that, I mean, you can only dream of. I love them to death, and me having issues with my identity and feeling lost and everything really have nothing to do with them. It's just, it comes with the territory of being adopted. So I guess it's just something just woke up in me one day when I was in high school, and I just said, hey, I don't know who my real parents are. I don't know why I'm Korean. I don't know my story. I don't know why I was born. So bloodlines actually was what I went through all throughout high school. Like, I would always, people always get, oh my gosh, so-and-so looks like their mother, so-and-so looks like their dad. Oh, you have his eyes, and I would just sit there in silence like, wow, I will never hear that because I don't know what my real parents look like. And, it's kind of like something you brush off, but when you hear it constantly, around you all the time, it kind of gets to you, and I didn't realize the impact it had on me until I had my first daughter. Because originally when I first had her, she looked exactly like my husband. So I was like, great, finally have a bloodline and she looks like my husband, but then as she got older, like 2 years old, she started looking a lot more like me. And then people started saying, oh my gosh, Kayla looks exactly like you. I was like so in love with it, because obviously everybody wants to hear that, but I felt like it meant so much more to me because I never heard those words in my entire life, and it just stayed with me. And to this day, it still stays with me. So I said, what, I have to write a song about this because I feel like it would just touch a lot of people. And, but until they heard my poem, they were like, oh, wow, okay. Makes sense why you would write something like that. So I think it opened a lot of people's eyes. It made them think of things that they never thought about before. And that's always what I aim for, is to make people think more and wonder.
Yeah. I used to think I was unfortunate. Unfortunate to live a life that could never tell me the origins of my story. See, most people know how they were born. Most people know where they were born, and most people know why they were born, but unfortunately I was never given those details on my adoption papers. Unlike most children who can lightheartedly run to their parents and tap them on their shoulders to ask them how they so lovingly entered into this world, I, unfortunately, can only speak to the made-up faces that are constantly lurking around in my dreams. These made-up faces, aka my so-called birth parents, are only temporary visions to keep my sanity in check. Because the truth is, I don't know anything about my existence. I don't know if I was a mistake, a blessing, a life that was meant to be loved, but unfortunate circumstances made caring for me impossible. I don't know. And while I cherish the privileged life that my adoptive family has provided me with, there was always one unfortunate detail that even they could not give to me. A bloodline. It's what ties families together, what they subconsciously depend on when they look each other in the eyes. It's how families are identified and strengthened. These bloodlines carry the same DNA, the same makeup that makes up a family. Bloodlines that flow continuously through similar veins. They extend through generations, never losing its value. Bloodlines connect lives. They connect souls. It was something that I missed, something that once passed through me and then was cut off at my fingertips. I never had a bloodline. And so for that, I thought I was unfortunate until my daughter was born. She's about to turn 4, and there hasn't been one day where I didn't look at her and forget that I now have a bloodline. I can finally look at someone and physically see myself in them. I can see my lips in hers. I can study the presence of her big and cheerful eyes and know that I gave them to her. I comb her hair every morning, examining each strand and embracing its texture, proudly knowing that it's the same as mine. My ears boast at the sound of long-awaited compliments from strangers and friends telling me my daughter looks like me. And this is a new world for me, and now I feel fortunate for that. See, bloodlines that have spoiled and settled down and people have caused them to take for granted life's most simplest and purest blessings. Being able to create a life inside of me and see my daughter possess my traits is a mind-blowing experience that every day I thank God for. And without ever feeling unfortunate, I would never be able to fully grasp the deepest understanding of being fortunate enough to have a bloodline.
That's the type of songwriting I enjoy. Besides being emotional and well written, Bloodlines brings out a view of adoption that I'd never really thought about. If you've enjoyed our feature on HeeSun Lee, you can find her music through her website, HeeSunMusic.com, and that's spelled Heesun music. There's been a lot of new music that's come out in the past few months, and you'll hear that on the next edition of The Antidote. I'll also be joined by California's Light the Way, who really are out to rejuvenate pop punk with their new release, Grace. We won't be live next week, but you'll find our new music episode online via the Antidote website, theantidoteradio.com, through iTunes, and on YouTube. I love this next part of my talk with HeeSun, and she'll close up the night with the intro song, See the Sun, from the Beauty for Ashes album. Have a great week. During this talk, you've come across as being so focused and confident. Are there times where you're not?
Yeah, I think that happens a lot. Yeah, obviously nobody knows what anybody goes through when they're at home by themselves and they're stressed with life. And, I think I've gone through that a lot recently, actually, with my husband, because now that we have our second daughter, I went independent. We literally spent all of our money on this. It wasn't, somebody helping us. It questions a lot of what you're doing. Like, oh my gosh, God, you want me to still do this? I'm emptying out all my pockets. My husband's the only one really working. We have 2 kids now. I'm not where I want to be successfully. And I think, success-wise, like I wish I was further along in my career. And I think a lot of artists think like that, I was going through that a lot with this recent album. And even to this day, I still think like, I need to be better. I need to be more ahead in my career. As much as I feel like I've done a lot, I feel like there's so much more I can do. But I'm getting older. I have more responsibilities on my table now. God, what's up? That's pretty much what I've been going through lately. And I showed it a little bit on Beauty for Ashes in my intro. I was kind of saying the struggles of being a mother and an artist. It's really hard. At the same time, I try and balance it out, show people that, hey, I don't have it all together.
You've left yourself totally open for this. Then how does HeeSun Lee measure success as an artist?
Yeah, I think, it's funny. I think I'm still trying to figure that out because I think in my career so far, I've been doing this for well over 10 years. And, I have done a lot of things successfully. I've completed a number of albums. I've traveled all over the country. I've done a lot of shows. I've reached a lot of people. You know, I've made very impactful songs. I have a great family. You know, that is success. You know, so what am I lacking? Like, what do I feel like isn't enough? You know, maybe I don't have sold out seats when I perform and everything. And these are obviously little like materialistic, shallow things that you think about. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's also important. You want to be success in that way. You want to be able to, you know, do these sold out tours and make all this money so you can support your career and you can continue to make music and everything. So that's why I battle with. If it's enough that I'm still living, I'm still breathing, I'm still being able to do what I get to do. You know, I feel like a horrible person sometimes because I'll yell at God 1 minute and then I'm thanking him and crying that I yelled at him 2 seconds ago. I feel like I'm crazy. So God's probably up there just laughing at me like this girl has no clue what she's doing, you know. But yeah, I think I still really don't know what success is, but I feel like I am happy with my life and I'm happy with what's happened so far. So yeah, I guess I feel like I am successful.
HeeSun, been wonderful to have you as a guest on The Antidote. Thanks so much for coming on.
No problem. Thanks, Dave.
Welcome to this life of mine. I'm busy writing rhymes. Mic is mine now and never. Press record, I'll fight for time. I'll show the world how I'm living. Hope you like these lines. Shocked that I'm still spitting. Know that I'm the type to grind. Anyone who knows me knows my life is dedicated. Making moves and music, hoping I could elevate it. I never had a cosign. There's no sign to help around. I'm just another story of a rapper trying to make a round. Did every show, every festival, invested all. Fried my brain for years. Can't believe I'm not a vegetable. Best of all, gave my all and I'm still doing this. You wanna check my progress? I'll show you how I grew in this. Won't let my fears ruin this. I'm on my own. Being independent was the best choice. I'm fully grown. I made this album being pregnant, writing songs at home. Best believe my heart and soul is on this microphone. Come on.
My soul was long and wondrous till I can see. I see the serpents on the rocks beneath my feet. But every word from your side, 'cause it's been 40 days and 40 nights, but I see the sun.
Yeah, I'm that mother who be rapping when her daughter's playing toys. She's begging me to stop, telling me she hates the noise. A constant struggle cause I'm seeing life is interfering. My daughter's doing well in school, so now I'm busy cheering. She's learning how to write her ABCs, you better fear it. That motherhood got the best of me, that's what I'm hearing. I'm feeling the time is going, knowing that I'm blowing chances. Got my other baby growing